Hello, this is Colton Han from JMCH Tech, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about GravCMS and just a bit about what it's about and how it can be helpful as a CMS and why it may be preferred over other CMSs. So it may not be as popular, but it is a up and coming, very easy to use, simple installation CMS that's also open source. Um, and it gets overlooked a lot just by competitors such as WordPress or others that have been around for longer and are just more instilled in people's brains. But I actually personally really do enjoy using Grav. It was easy to use, very simple, like I said, not as complex as WordPress, and the coding is more up to date, so it's easier to kind of follow along. The admin site is very easy to navigate as well, which is great. Um, and this is just a site that I'm looking at that I made for a class actually. Um, so it just has kind of some simple things about why Grav is useful. And so, like I said, it's easy to use. It's very simple to download. It's not even really an installation. You just kind of unpack the zip and you have it. Um, they focus a lot on their security. They're very well known for, or they hold their security to a very high regard, and they care a lot about any kind of security concerns, which is definitely a big reason why a company may want to use Grav as opposed to WordPress, who has many issues with security and with all the plugins and everything. Um, so they definitely hold their security to a very high regard, which is good. They use two-factor authentication. They allow people to the lock pages that they've made, which is great. You can adjust your security settings from your account, which is also good. And there's just a lot of flexibility with it. Um, and like I said, it's just very simple. The admin panel is something I really like because I just in my experience in using that Grav compared to another CMS, I really did think that the admin panel was very easy to use and get the hang of, because a lot of times it can be daunting to begin with. So that was nice. Um, and like with many CMSs, but particularly with Grav, there are a lot of free pre-made themes that people can choose from, which makes the whole process of making a website much easier. So that's good. Um, and it's user friendly. It's very simple. All the HTML, CSS, JavaScript makeup is very simple, which makes for kind of a less of a complex website, like I said. And the plugins that you're allowed to access are very helpful, and they don't bring as much of a security risk, so that's awesome. So I'm going into a bit about the admin panel here. Here's the admin panel. You can access it by just typing in your site name and then clicking or doing \admin after the CMS. Um, so yeah, you can see here on the dashboard, it just shows you maintenance statistics, just basic things. There's news feed on other Grav updates and things like that, which is good. A lot of this is very up to date. As you can see, as of the last few minutes, it's constantly updating, constantly checking for updates. Um, and speaking of updates, I actually have an update available, which I haven't done. Um, so you can access the configuration here of the site. You can see you can set your email, you can set page summary, um, a lot of the data going along with that. Here's the system content. You have drop down menus of all the things you can edit with the actual content of the site. You can check the security, the media, if I actually wanted to walk through how you were to go about making a new page through the admin panel. So if you go to pages here on the left side, um, it'll bring you to the manage pages page, and you would click add here, top right, a little plus sign, and you can hit the drop down and do page, folder, or modular. But for a page, obviously, we're just going to do page, and it brings you to this screen where you can set the title, the folder name, and the parent page. You can see you can parent it within another page, so it would come down underneath that, or you would be able to access it through that other page. And you can set it if you want it to be visible or not. So I can just do test here just to kind of show what you would do, and it would bring you here. Um, and so under content, you can set your text, everything you need here. You can add images, embed links, all the good stuff. And it's very simple. It's very straightforward. So here, if I'm just to put test here, you would click save, and then you can just go right back to your site and click refresh, and then here's test, my new page. Um, but the way I have mine configured is if there's any more than 5 uh, headers up here, it would actually kind of mess with the whole visual aspect of it. As you can see, the text is a little messed up because these are supposed to be up here. But that's just for you to mess around with. That just kind of to prove a point, or just to kind of show you how the admin panel works. I really do like it. It's much easier to use than a lot of other CMSs I've worked with. And I would recommend it definitely to any company or anyone that's trying to get into building a website. It makes the whole process much easier, much less daunting, and it's a lot more user friendly. So it makes the whole experience a little bit more enjoyable. This has been JMCH Tech from Colton from JMCH Tech, rather, and signing off. Thank you.